Cause you just basically
Okay.
introduce yourself to everybody and just basically give your rundown of your background and everything.
Okay, so I go by Amy. My gamer tag's Amy Lionheart. It was different aliases before, obviously, kind of like when we all um when we are all like growing up on Xbox and we be changing our gamer tags and shit. So um I got into fighting games like around 20 to like it was probably near like kind of like near the end of Soul Calibur 4's like lifespan. That was back in like the console era, so 360 and PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got into the commute, like actually playing in tournaments and shit, competitively in like 2019. So I went to Evo. That was like my first Evo. It was pretty fun.
So we came in pretty much around the same time. Cause that's around about the time I came in around 2019.
Yep. Yep. It was it was something.
All right,
It was something, all right.
I said, what do you see? What? How do you feel about the community from when you first came in 2019 to where it is right now?
Um, well, I'm gonna say this because I'm a person that's all about context and nuance and all that shit. Uh, I haven't obviously after 2019 and then 2020 with the pandemic, that really almost permanent that just permanently kind of shifted the offline scene to more we're gonna pay attention to online, which is kind of dumb, in my opinion. So I
Yeah.
think 2019 was okay, but it was still kind of going to the route of the changes, like the polarizing changes.
Yeah, I can definitely say that because it doesn't even feel like we really fully recovered from the pandemic era coming into now. Because it's still, I guess you say, a hyper focus on online tournaments more so than actually in person tournaments. So it does kind of feel weird that they're kind of just, I don't know, there's just not as many tournaments as there used to be.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I remember there being
yeah, I
like
agree.
ton. I remember there being like tons of tournaments, and now I think it's only like maybe like five major tournaments still around.
Yeah, I noticed that like I mean 2019 there was I know for Caliber, that's a smaller game. But I know that Biggie used to run those tournaments. I forgot his name, but he did like Biggie Gaming and he like ran a lot of smaller S tournaments like Summer Jam and Northeast stuff. And then that slowly started fading away. Only, I mean, and a lot of the reason for these TOs, I'm not gonna get into details with each and every one of them, but the common things, the common thing is that like I've noticed, at least according to their posts and regarding them actually like having these tournaments happen, that it's very hard on them financially as well. So that's why people are like, hey, this is grassroots. Like you actually need to like come. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that was a concern for a lot of TOs. It's in it's just becoming way too expensive to like host these tournaments, and I guess the like CEO combo breaker. Since they don't really tell you like their financials, it's kind of hard to like surmise how much money they're making or not. So that's why it's kind of like, are they taking a financial hit or not?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then like with Evo, basically, because I think now a Evo ticket you're probably paying about maybe like 400. I think for your because they separated the main Sunday event from like the main event itself. So now you have to pay for tickets just to get into the arena. And I'm just like, this
Yeah.
is getting a little out of control. Like from my perspective.
It's gotten more expensive and you know, like a lot of reasons could be, you know, economy, um, I don't know, like new rules, new restrictions. I'm not aware of. I never really TO'd a tournament either. So like I'm correct me if I'm wrong, but uh they've just gotten I can understand why some people like people wouldn't go. I know that also like the prize pool for a lot of tournaments, people have been kind of like since 2019 onward, and then when they started doing the online stuff, you know, prize pools
Yeah.
varied. But like offline tournaments specifically, like um everybody was going, we were playing the wrong game. Especially with like, you know, they looked at like tournaments for like Fortnite and stuff, and they're like, oh my God, there's so much money in this.
Oh
That's
yeah.
always been a thing, I feel, right? The disparity.
Yeah, it's been like that pretty much ever since I came into the scene. With people complaining about the amount of the prize pools and stuff, and looking at like like you said, Fortnite, Call of Duty, games like that, and seeing that
Yep.
they have these huge prizes, and that I think the FG, I think Evo is 20. Don't quote me on it, but I think it's like 25,000 to 50,000. I think for first place. And yeah, I'm not saying that's not a lot of money because that is a lot of money. But when you think about like taxes and things like that having to come out of it, I can understand why they're a little bit why the pro players are a little bit irritated why the prize pools haven't gone up.
Yeah. I mean, I just like searched this up. Um, they said so for like 2025 main event, generally 30K per main title. Um, they had Evo France, 100,000 euros. Um, everything differs, but they have been getting lower compared to before.
You and you, I don't want to put words in your mouth and say that you. So you feel like it's more because they're shifting more to the online space is why the prize pools are going down, or is just there's not as big an interest in fighting game as they in like Fortnite and Call of Duty and games like that.
I mean, fighting games, I think, have always been niche, and the only ones that you can maybe mention in the general public, you know, people that pretty much don't really play video games. I can pretty much I know, and I don't mean to mention this fucking game, but Smash is like recognizable. Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, maybe Tekken, but like it's weird because like you'll see like I said you'll see different perspectives on Twitter, and like Twitter is kind of the main point of a lot of stuff. They're using a lot of that to kind of get their information, and I think that's kind of ridiculous because they used to do like surveys, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know for Caliber when it came out, they did surveys like almost every couple months. There was patches. I covered a lot of the changes for like Ivy in that game. So like it's like every almost every other month there was changes and changes and changes. And this is like Bamco. Like, you know, when we see Tekken 8 with their changes, it's like crickets, or it just takes very long. Street Fighter,
Yeah.
that's kind of a different like thing to talk about because Street Fighter, I don't Capcom does their shit. I don't know how they do their shit.
I got you.
But yeah.
Like what is going on in this in the Caliber scene? Because just it's like a game that people talk about it with Tekken, but they kind of don't talk about it with Tekken.
Um Caliber scene is definitely still thriving. I think it's very community oriented. They just did versus fighting. I believe that was like a recent major that they did. It's pretty still strong in the EU. Obviously up here in the US it's pretty good, but it's mainly known in Japan as well. Um I think they're doing the best they can, and I'm not trying to be biased. Like I interact with people that do like you know they do tournaments. They'll sometimes commentate. Like we all have like a whole like collective like community. It's like that small. Everybody kind of knows each other.
Yeah.
Um, Caliber is just like quiet. Like we're literally still playing this game, and it's been what since 2016, right? Or some shit. 2018.
I believe so. The last one, because honestly, I had be honest, I had forgot Soul Calibur is this guy. I thought it was stopped on the PlayStation 4.
Nah, nah. Nah, Soul Calibur 6 came out actually in yeah, no, in 2018. So people are still playing this game X amount of years later. And I think there's a lot of like there's some players that cross over to other games. There's some Caliber players that play Tekken, and then there's some that play Grand Blue too. Like Incendiate's one of them because he's a top player for Caliber. So I think it's really cool that he branched out, and then he's actually his influence is helping gain like people's like attention to Caliber. Because the thing is like we compare like modern fighting games like right now, there's not really like everybody knows that everything is kind of based on like combat mechanics and
Mm-hmm.
lowering the execution barrier and all that. You know, I don't have an issue with that. It's more of just like everything being homogenized and all the same.
Yeah,
Um,
I get what you're saying.
so yeah, yeah. But Caliber seems to be doing okay. Like whenever there's like any type of like tournament, the match arena, has a good amount of money. Like it's not bad. I'll say that.
Okay, 'cause I know when I've heard people talk about it, but I think they said which one was it? They said pretty much they felt like killed it. I think it might have been Soul Calibur 6. Yeah.
Yeah, everybody says six killed it because of reversal legend soul charge and all that. And I get that, but I think my personal opinion, there's ways to avoid it. But yes, like those are mechanics that turned a lot of like vet players off. There are players that I remember would talk about like, hey, they're like, hey, I'm not playing this game. It's just not Soul Calibur, and I'm like, okay, I guess.
I say that
Fair.
Soul Calibur going it went through the same thing Tekken's kind of going through right now.
Yeah, yeah, but I feel like but I feel like I don't know. I think yeah, no, it is kind of similar. I agree. I agree to an extent.
Yeah.
Tekken is a whole nother freaking bag of worms. Okay, I love Tekken as well, but like they really I don't know what they're doing over there.
Oh yeah, because we had Lee Van Dam on here, and he was kind of giving me some insights into like their thought process on how they develop the game and stuff like that, or what he sees the game, how they develop it, and how more so players are not liking it because they're not playing the game the way Namco intended the game to be played. They're still trying to play it like it's Tekken 7 when it's like a completely different game.
Oh yeah, like they have a quote unquote like their vision is completely different, which is it's true and I get that, but I think like also there's a lot of factors that affect how fighting games are doing, but Tekken can afford to kind of stumble though. They can. And it's
Mhm.
not like trust me, it's not like it's not I'm not saying it in a way where it's like a jab or anything, but it's like Tekken is very successful. It's pretty popular, at least more popular than the other games, the other 3D fighting games.
Mhm.
So it's kind of disappointing that they at least with Soul Calibur 6, like when it came to creation, I mean, that's like one of the biggest things that sells it is the creation mode as well. So like at least with Caliber with creation, it wasn't like they took any sticker and they just blasted it on. They have some items with that. Like they'll have like random Japanese shit. Like they'll have random stuff and they'll have random patterns and stuff, but it's not anything to the degree with like Tekken 8. I think Tekken 8, like we're seeing, first of all, they made it into live service, which is really stupid, weird. Battle passes, microtransactions, monetization to the point where you have like Tekken coins and all that bullshit. Like that's kind of I don't like
I,
that.
yeah, I kind of put that more so. I kind of blame that more on Street Fighter because Street Fighter introduced this
Yeah, Street
whole.
Fighter started it. Yeah, Street Fighter literally started it, man. No, you're right. They did. They did. That irks me because it's what is it? The is it coins? No, no,
Yeah,
no. It's
fight coin, fight. Yeah, it's fight
fight.
coins.
Yeah, and then there's drive tickets, but drive tickets is the in game that you receive when you
Mm,
play enough.
yeah, which you
Yeah.
you really the system in Street Fighters is heavily weighted for you to actually spend actual money because they give you drive tickets, but it's like when something a shirt costs like 4,000 drive tickets, it's like you're not gonna really be able to customize the character the way you want to do it just because of how the system is set up.
Yeah.
So that's why I say some of that stuff, like even with Tekken 8 and Mortal Kombat, and all, these games seem to be looking at Street Fighter and saying, "Hey, let's take this from Street Fighter, let's do this from Street Fighter." Because with Tekken 8 has the simple controls, with Fatal Fury has auto combo assist. Well, Grand Blue's always had it, but
Yeah.
but it seems like more games are looking at Street Fighter and saying, well, we want those kind of numbers, so we're gonna dumb down our system a bit and add this simple mode play into it, and that should bring casuals over. But it I don't know, Tekken 8, like you said, it's kind of like a weird bad because they've done a lot of things that's kind of brought in new players, but it's also kind of turned off a lot of old and kind of casual Tekken players from the past.
Yeah, it's definitely not the same Tekken when I got into Tekken, which was like in Tag 2, and then I went back to 6. They have emulators for it. They also have it on like the PlayStation Portable too. Like Tekken had this thing that was like really founded on defense. I'm beating a dead horse repeating it because everybody knows, but it's just the game is like more offense oriented. Everything's a lot of shit is guessing. There's so many Michael Bay film effects. Like, I don't care about the Michael Bay film effects.
Yeah,
Um,
I've kind of got to the point with the rage arts. I'm like, okay,
oh my god, I know.
we could probably shorten these down a little bit.
They're pretty bad. Yeah, in 7, when I saw who was it that had the longest rage art in 7? I think it was Negan. Was it Negan's?
It might have been when
Mm,
like you kind of like they reenacted the scene from the show.
yeah. Yeah, like that right there, it was just like, oh my god, they're really that was when Tekken 7, probably after season 2, that's when we really started seeing um everything go gradually downhill.
Yeah,
But it's wild because I would still go back and play that game, and I have. I just I just can't really reinstall that shit back to back because I don't have a lot of space at the moment. So it's frustrating. I go back to 8. I play with friends sometimes, but every time I go back, I remember why I stopped playing. Like it's not even worth it. And then I watch people, like I have friends who play like at a higher level, they go to tournaments or they're casuals. Like no matter what level you are, that game is infuriating. Like I think that game is like it's so rage inducing.
yeah.
And like it's so rage inducing because like come on, it's wild. I don't know. Like I used to play Anna back in the day, but like her in this game, I thought about it. I was like, maybe I should try Anna. I'm like, no, she literally doesn't play like herself. She plays like just 50-50 shit.
Casino
It's not really
style.
fun. Hmm. A lot of
Mm,
characters in Tekken 8 now, like they're homogenized. That's it. So like everybody won't. They probably intended to like balance this so that everybody's character is strong, but that doesn't do anything because people are still complaining.
I
And
think
it's from online spaces like hashtag Tekken 8 report, like that hashtag. The fact that we needed a hashtag to report something is complete stupidity too. Like they said, go through the game and then post a tweet. What if someone doesn't have Twitter? Like I know like a handful of people who don't use Twitter. Like what? That makes no sense. So then the demographic that's sitting there, the vocal minority, pretty much, they just they'll see it because if it gets the most interactions, they'll look at it.
yeah.
That's how it is. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. You know.
With because I've gotten back into it, and I was like, I don't play it as much as I should be playing it because I think I what am an assailant. I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
With Falcon when he came out, I kind of went back to the game and started playing it. But there are some times in matches I'm just like, this is just still so. Okay, I need to take a break. I just played 2 matches. I need to take a break because this is getting on my
Yeah,
nerve.
like yeah, it's a lot of your mental capacity is like your what was that recent tournament? It was EWC or something,
Yeah,
and like mm, these you can tell in their faces, like you can see the veins popping out of their foreheads. Like I know fighting games are hard, but this is meant to be even harder for no reason. I think that's like the thing that's frustrating.
you know,
And then, yeah,
I think the thing that's more frustrating is that it's like you're constantly having to think about every little interaction you have with somebody.
exactly.
And somebody when somebody's 50-50 and you are like that, it's like you know the answer, but you're afraid to do something because if you guess wrong one time, you're taking a good chunk of health off.
Yeah. Yeah, that's another thing. They increase the HP, which pretty much makes poking not people are still gonna poke obviously, but the thing is the HP being increased, like poking is kind of not as valuable to do. And they also purposely I don't know, at least with I play Zafina, so I only play like one character. My other main's not in there. Don't know why. I don't know why Miguel's not in. That's bullshit. But they make these characters in a way where you're incentivized to use those big moves, like because like fighting games, right? We have big moves, we have small moves, we have like safe moves, that we have unsafe moves, we have all those categories. So they incentivize for you to use the moves that are like much riskier, but you do get more out of it, either like a heat engager, an extension, like it seems like it's the way with everybody with that. And it's kind of the same shit,
Yeah,
really. Same thing with like Street Fighter 6, right? Like the drive rush, like you kind
yeah,
of I feel like a high level play, they're feeling themselves out, assuming they're not running a full set, but they'll feel themselves out and then they'll optimize their drive gauge and then prioritize like the super bar at the last round. Because certain characters, you'll just get like two touched.
yeah. That's true.
Have you noticed that? Yeah. So like in Tekken that happens. In Tekken that's always happened, but like though I don't know. Tekken 8
It took a
having
little
it
more
makes it more
skill.
annoying.
It took a little more skill, I think, in Tekken 7 because you basically like both players got nuclear bombs, and I kind of have
Yeah,
to be very careful about how I approach this person because, like you said, one or two interactions with somebody could pretty much decide the match.
exactly.
But out of Tekken, I'm trying to give it a chance. I'm saying they said they're gonna come back. I think in another patch. Uh, when they said the tournament season was done, so I'm thinking it's next month
Oh,
or the month after
yeah.
next. And I'm
It'll
like,
be a couple months, I think, because they're not gonna release a major patch when there's tournaments because that'll just fuck everybody over a little bit.
which
Just a little bit.
I think that's a bad, that's uh, a bad way to do it. Like, well, we're not going to balance anything else until after tournament season. I'm like, well, there's like tournaments for like the next couple of months when you probably need to go ahead and put out another patch to kind of rebalance the game. Because right now, that's a lot of people are waiting on that patch because that's probably going to be the determining factor whether or not they keep playing Tekken 8 or kind of dropping and move on to something else.
Oh yeah. It felt like in Tekken 7 they were like testing the waters with the 2D characters, and I think that gave them kind of not that they're making a Tekken Cross Street Fighter, but seeing like Akuma, Geese, Noctis. Eliza is still technically a Tekken character, but Eliza she was like a Morrigan sample because they were going to actually try to have like a Morrigan moveset, but it didn't work out, so they kept it and they were like, let's put this on Eliza. If you look at the blood meter, the blood, like the drive gauge or whatever, the blood gauge. So that was like also like when they introduced that as well. That shit completely changed the game though. It's just weird. I don't know what they're doing. Um
I don't know.
Yeah,
I've been completely against. I'm kind of get to the point now. I'm getting tired of guest characters popping up in games because
I
they
know.
because they get to the point where they completely break the rules of the game and are allowed to play like that.
Geralt doesn't see this is the thing, like in Caliber, like I don't mean to like I'm just saying, like Geralt's a guest character in Caliber and 2B, and yeah, 2B is kind of annoying, especially for like somebody who doesn't is not familiar with the matchup. But I think in that game, and this, like I said, this game came out in 2018-ish, so it's still kind of it's still technically modernized Caliber, but I don't think it's as bad. And they still fit. I think Geralt fits the most, and actually Geralt is really good. He's not like the best character, but he's very solid. Like if you need an AGI, he has the AGIs. If you need range with good pokes and good buttons, he has that. He even has some of some characters' moves. Like he has like a couple Raphael's moves. Like and I think one of the throws definitely similar to Ezio's in 5. Like
Oh,
yeah,
that's right. I
yeah, you
forgot he
didn't
was
know?
in. I forgot he was
You didn't
in.
know? Yeah. You know if you've seen Geralt do a throw, he kind of like grabs your neck and then slices your. It's similar to what Sophitia does with her shield and sword, but like Geralt does it with his long sword. In 5, Ezio does something similar. The same fucking animation. Like I'm not even joking. I'd be like, "Yo, you guys really thought you were original there, but it's all good. It's cool." 5 was actually like their own engine too. Like they did everything on their own. Like it was actually quite a beautiful game. It just didn't last. So, um
Like
yeah.
if somebody was trying to get into Soul Calibur right now, what would you recommend for them?
Um play a game, just play the game that you want to play despite how it performs like on Steam charts or relevancy. I mean, if you're looking to play fighting games to socialize and find people, then yeah, you can play a mainstream fighting game, but you gotta like do it for yourself really. And like you know, we can call these quote unquote dead niche games like Discord fighters, but it's just like it's I've never had an issue not finding people to play with in Caliber. I mean, maybe because I probably like interact with them, but it's like anybody that's willing to play, I can give you names, and then they can even like show you the ropes. Like they're still trying to do guides and all that stuff to help everybody else learn the game. So I think if you want to play it, you know, definitely like grab it. You can get it like go on CD keys or some shit, or if there's like a sale. That game goes on sale a lot. Um,
Yeah, 'cause I about to
but
say I'm used to that anyway because I still play Dead or Alive.
yeah, I have okay, I have some friends from the Dead or Alive community that have they play it from time they play from time to time. They'll be talking about so much tech that I'm not familiar with, and I'm just like, all right, guys, like, cause Dead or Alive has some crazy shit in there. Like I've seen it.
Oh yeah, I've seen a couple. Like what's his name? I think he was the last world champion, Hoodless. Yeah,
Yeah, Hoodless is really good. Yeah,
yeah.
he's great to watch.
I've been watching him and talking with him a little bit because I've been searching for because my community nobody plays it but me. I'm the only one,
Yo,
and I kind of just randomly stumbled across the tournament he was in and played in it, and then we just been communicating back and forth. But it's like I think it's actually a good thing that Tekken kind of faltered because it's kind of shining light on a lot of other 3D games that may not have gotten that shine if Tekken 8 had taken off like Tekken 7 did.
yeah, yeah, I agree. I mean, it is a good thing. It is a good outcome out of something that's a little chaotic, but at the same time, I just, I kind of, I'm more like, I personally didn't pay full price for Tekken 8 because I knew that this game was going to start like pretty much fucking up, and I realized that when they did the beta where everybody the network test when everybody got on the network test, like even just before the game was going to come out, they didn't even like tell us about the shop. or microtransactions. Why would they, right? Because that would
Mhm.
turn everybody off. They literally just sprung it on. So that first thing that they did, like, yeah, it's a Bamco thing. Like, okay, guys, you got us. Now you're gonna, people are gonna still pay. They're gonna give their money. That's the thing. And then it's like, what are you gonna do about that? Are you gonna force people not to like pay for something that they want to pay? It's just instant. I call it instant gratification 8. That's what I call it. Because that freaking game, like, you don't even feel good winning. Like, you feel gross. It's like doing like I've never done hard drugs, but it's like doing like a bad trip. Like, that's literally the game. You can ask anybody, like pro or not, like tell them this game literally breaks your mind. I this game causes me to go and have a smoke. That's how much I hate it. I can't play the game sober. Let's just say that. I fucking hate that game.
Yeah, cause they now I knew what I wanted to say. That game makes you lose and you don't understand why you lost.
Well, you
Even when you win, you don't understand why you won the game. It's just like
yeah, yeah.
I don't. Even Nee was like, I don't think I understand this game. And when a player like Nee is saying, I don't think I understand this game, yeah, you don't screwed up on a big level.
It's what like man, I don't want I'm sorry if this conversation like revolves around Tekken 8 and the FGC, but it's just like no, like I really do like watching Nee. Like, he's watching his gameplay actually helped me understand better, especially back in 7. And it's not necessarily like, oh, what Nee says goes. It's more like it's not even just Nee that talked bad about the game, like critiquing it. Like, I can name a whole bunch of people who critique this shit, and then the only ones that take it back, which I do also understand, are the people that are sponsored. So obviously, it doesn't look good if they're sponsoring players and the players are speaking bad of the game.
Yeah.
So they're kind of stuck. So like they're stuck like doing a job they don't like. Like, they do like it's still Tekken, and that's the thing. I think it's still around. I think Tekken 8 is not gonna die completely because it's still Tekken. I will say you still have Tekken in there, like good ass Tekken, but nah, not that fucking Anna mirror. Not that Anna mirror at Evo. That was a snooze fest. Like, I usually watch like all the Evo Tekken matches, and I just did not want to watch that one
Yeah.
because it's
God,
the same fucking shit.
yeah, what's name, get a hit, rocket, fake a rocket launcher, go into a different stance. It's just like
Yeah, Atif and Arslan, yeah, and then Arslan was like, "Okay, Atif, I see you. I'm gonna switch to Nina now and kill you." Like, and then like, like how we were talking about how, like, socially, fighting games like online and how people express their opinions, and it's much easier now because of how everything's structured. Like, you'll get people, like people that play the character, getting upset. Oh my god, like, why are you guys getting so mad that Anna's like it's like, no, everybody shits on your character. Like, that's just fighting games 101. Like, you'll
yeah.
literally pick up any character and someone's gonna say your character's ass. I hate your character. Like, so many people have told me with Ivy, and I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I guess that's your opinion. That's great.
Figure out the matchup.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, people are entitled to their opinions, but then it just becomes this whole fucking like nothing sandwich of like, oh, these players are doing this. Like, it's just childish shit. I don't know. I think a lot of like the Twitter FGC social media culture like enforces that type of behavior. And it's funny because like any offline event that like not there's like barely no interaction.
Yeah.
Like, I've had accounts from people who go and they interact. They're like, "Oh, you said this," and they just look at you like they've never seen you before.
Uh,
And it's
it feels more like people that the main people that are talking, that are complaining the most, are the people who just really don't want to learn the matchup, and they
yeah,
and they want them to nerf the character to the point where the character's unusable, basically.
Well, that's the thing. The thing that happened with me and Arslan, like it wasn't anything. Like it was between, it was their own quote unquote beef, and everybody was sitting there salivating over it. But it's just like they were they were doing something that I understand why they were doing, defending each other's character. But it's like, let's be for real here. You got a Korean player, well-known Korean player that has taught like a whole like he's taught newer people Tekken. Back when the Green Arcade was the thing in Korea. Like that's why Knee's respected. Like Arslan's respected too. Arslan I think is like more he's a good Tekken player, but I think he's like the best Tekken 7 player. And then Knee, um like Tekken 8, I can't really like to me, when I see that game, it's just a fucking slot machine. I don't think you can really put put much skill in there.
Yeah, because there's there's
But
there's
there
no
is.
really there's no really player that's dominating Tekken 8 right now. It's just I don't know. It seems like every tournament there's a different winner.
Yeah, but I will say that it is relatively the same. It's relatively the same demographic of people, of like higher placing people. Like don't get me wrong, like that level of play is extremely um it's extremely tight, and any casual player or any player that's like intermediate like me, like I'll get like mollywopped for sure, of course, because these people like learn these matchups and lab and shit. But yeah, no, I see what you're saying. Like it just becomes anybody that wins. I mean, but Arslan's been winning. Knee wins here and there. I don't know. I don't know. I think these guys are just like they're just doing what they got to do.
Oh yeah. Well, when you I say well, like you said, when you're a sponsor for the game, then pretty much you ain't really got no choice but to play this game.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
Because knee streams too. Like he'll have his stuff re-upload on YouTube sometimes, and I'll watch it through there because I don't have time to like watch every single live stream.
yeah, 'cause I think some of these players they'll play for like 8-10 hours a day just playing the
Yeah,
game.
that's wild.
And I'm like,
That's wild.
I'm just a regular dude on the street with a 9 to 5 playing and I'm not gonna beat this a dude that plays 10 hours a day. It just
Yeah, exactly. I'm saying, listen, the unemployment buff is real. I'm telling you, like, it is.
okay, that's what I could have fun with. Cause I think the last tournament I went to was DreamHack last year, and I think just a kid Punk was there. A couple of pro players. I think Idom might have been there.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, but it's like one guy was just like he had to play Punk in the first round, and he was just like, "Oh yo," the guy, the TO called the name out. He's like, "Oh yeah, yeah, give it a shot. You might beat him." Oh yeah, he's just the Evo champion. Ain't nothing serious.
My God.
And I'm like, yeah, it kind of sucks to have to play him like first round. Your first match is against the current Evo champion. And I'm like, that's a rough one right there, buddy. But I would take it as basically just, man, just have fun with it. Just see what you can pick up from it.
Yeah. Yeah, like I mean, don't get me wrong, like fighting somebody, I always tell people like I always thought that like obviously fighting someone better than you do learn, but that doesn't work with every single person
Yeah,
because some people don't learn that way. Some people need to fight someone like their level, like right match in their level. Because some people don't grow as fast or some people don't notice the errors as fast. So like I guess like if you're familiar with a specific game where you're like, okay, I know the frame data, I know this, I know that, I know the fundamentals, usually you should be good, right?
yeah.
Um
Yeah, I look at it more so like, okay, you need to find your character that you feel comfortable with,
yeah.
and then I try to tell like my friend Joshua because he just jumps around from character to character to character. He's like, I don't
Oh, I
understand.
feel that.
I said I don't understand why I can't get out of platinum. I'm
Oh.
like, I'm like, because you're not really locked in with one character. You'll play a character for a couple of maybe a month or two, and then you'll jump to another character and start playing them for a month or two, and then you'll jump to another character and start playing for a month. You're not really learning the ins and outs of that character, so you're not really optimizing the character. Like you should always have one main character that you pretty much know well, and then you can kind of start going out and start messing with other characters but you have
Yeah.
that baseline reference of that character to kind of work with.
I tell people like I've been playing Street Fighter more often. I've been actually enjoying it because um I think it's the least annoying modern fighting game out right now. I think Street Fighter 6 has I know that there's critique of the meta hasn't really changed and everybody's been playing the same game for a while and I get that, but at the same time this fighting game has so much content in it. Like I can make a room. I my the majority of my hours in that game is in custom room or training. So I'll do like sets with people. I've been just doing first to tens now because one of my friends who plays Ryu was getting me to do them, and I'm like, you know what? I'll do it too. Like we got to keep up with the young people. Like I'm only 28, okay? Like I'm not super old, but it's just like I feel like I guess playing in sets is just so much funner. That's another thing. People really have to like not worry about the rank either. Like if you go into rank match, take it as a learning experience. Don't worry about your stats. Don't worry about losing so much because like I'm literally I'm master rank in Street Fighter. I play Aki, and I'm like at freaking 14 in the 1400s,
Yeah,
like
cause,
stuck, right?
because I'm a master jury, so and I think I'm at like 1485, but that's
Yeah, like
but
I'm
but that was
yeah.
after the reset.
Yeah, like that's the thing. That for me, that was after the reset because I think I was near 1600 at one point, but then I stopped playing. But it's like I just was like, okay, this game has things that I don't like, and I gotta deal with it. But out of all the games right now, I'll just deal with that. I play Caliber from time to time, but that's once in a while because that game I just already know how to play it. And I like to really just learn. I like to see growth. So that's why I stuck with Street Fighter. I still freaking hate playing it though. I'm not good at 2D fighting games. That shit's weird. Like I don't like neutral jumping. I think that looks really weird.
Mm,
But it's a technique. It works. It works for some situations.
Yeah,
Can't say
that kind of gets me at time when people they'll do a move and then they'll just randomly just neutral jump right down.
neutral jump. Yeah, and then they crushes your shit. And you're like, God damn it. Oh, listen. I fought so many Saggats lately. Like I hate that character irks me. I've I've just been anti-airing their tiger knees. I'm like, you guys are not. There's only one Sagat that I fought that just destroyed me royally, and I know this player has played the older games. I can just tell by his movement. It was like really good.
Yeah,
But yeah, I got my ass beat terribly, but it was so much fun.
cause he's a character I've been playing since 5, and I'm grinding him now, but it's kind of like I don't
He doesn't play
partic.
Street Fighter 6. He plays his own shit, I feel.
Yeah, it's
Like
like
the meta.
he doesn't. It's like he kind of feels off when I play him.
Yeah, no, a lot of people say that too. And like some of his conversions are a little weird, but it takes a little bit of time to get used to. I mean his buttons, like that motherfucker got range, like shit. I'm like, what are you kicking me?
And then I ran into those guys you're talking about. They just I'm just gonna random tiger knee for no reason,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and I'm just like
But yeah.
Jesus. Like I, and
But
I
yeah.
because I found out I didn't even know you could drive impact the tiger knee like that.
You can, but it has to be which version? The heavy version, I think. Because they can do, from my understanding, at specific ranges it'll be safe, but it's only if they do the heavy version. I don't. You have to make a good read to DI anybody who like knows what they're doing, and then in order to not get DI'd back, you could just do safer stuff where you could cancel it or just I don't know grab them out of it. Some people can react to that. I learned to react to it. Like I've gotten better at the throw breaking. Throw breaking isn't really that difficult. It's only when you're getting throw looped
Yeah,
where you just have to guess. That's the part that I don't like. I don't like getting bullied in the corner by Bison. Thank you very much. That stupid ass character.
yeah, I think Sagat and Elena are actually a foreshadowing or something might be coming in the patch because
Yeah.
they don't have throw loops off of anything. Basically, you have to
Mm-mm.
drive rush to get a throw loop.
Yeah.
Now if they change that to what every character now, if you want to get that throw loop, you have to spend meter. I think that'll kind of tone it down some because now it's
Yeah,
like, do I really
for
want
sure.
to use meter to basically get a throw?
Yeah, for sure.
But
I get that. Yeah.
right now, it's kind of like when you're in the corner, then it kind of turns into super guest fighter.
I call it throw loop fighter 6. I'm just like whatever, I'll take it. Akuma, Akuma for me, like with Aki, I guess my only thing that I can do is heavy kick for anti-air, but even that I fucking that character. But he has very low health, so it's optimizing with the openings. That's like the hard part for me, but you just gotta keep playing and just get that muscle memory down. So
Cause me personally, I've kind of gotten as much as I like Street Fighter Six, I've kind of gotten bored with it, so I've kind of been stepping out and
yeah,
just
my
playing.
friends have to. My other friends have to. Yeah,
Cause
they'll
I
be
like,
like, "Do you want to play?" But they won't. They won't play right away.
yeah, I've been kind of moving towards like back, kind of almost back to Guilty Gear almost, especially with like all the updates they done. Trying to get into Uni. That's what I've been trying to get into and trying to figure out a character that works for me. But I don't know. I'm just kind of all over the place right now because, like you said, like Street Fighter, the meta hasn't really changed in 3 years almost. And somebody brought that to my attention one day, and I really thought about it. Like, yeah, we kind of have been playing the same game with like slight patches, buffs, and nerfs and stuff, but it's pretty much been the same game for the last 3 years.
Yeah, yeah, no, like I think it's interesting. So like, let's compare. Like, Street Fighter 6 hasn't necessarily changed. Tekken 8, it has changed, and people don't like it. So like now we're dealing with two sides of like a shitty coin. We're dealing with one side is like, oh yeah, we want to keep things new and keep adding more shit. And I don't know, those additional moves in season 2, I don't know what they were thinking. I don't even know. It's ridiculous. Like it makes no sense. I'm sorry.
Because before fucking
Season
Rom
1 was
came,
better.
before fucking Rom came out, I was playing Lydia, and
Oh
it's like
yeah.
I hate this character the way they designed her in this game.
Oh yeah.
And I hate that pretty much everything you do puts you into a stance move. It's like she wasn't like that in 7. Like you could go
Mm,
into like certain stances, but now it's like anytime you do any kind of string, it always ends with her going into a stance.
yep. And I think another complaint that people have too, I've read around, and just like experienced, certain characters, they'll go into stance and they literally will whiff, but then they'll recover so fast. I'm like, why are you recovering that fast? Unless you have like I don't know, Caliber has this. Some characters have like a back turn, like B plus K, or a back turn A plus B, shit like that. But it's just weird. Their hitbox stuff is not. It hasn't. I don't know. They got to fix that shit up. I'm just gonna say that.
Yeah,
It's so freaking weird.
I'm looking forward to seeing what Tekken does with this next patch because, like I said, I think
Yeah.
that's honestly gonna be. I think that's gonna be the final straw for people if they don't really
Yeah.
fix a lot of the stuff.
we got Tekken fatigue right now. Like it's not good. It's
Eh,
it's really not.
And I don't know if the what's her name. What was the new character?
Um. Miyat Miyati Zoo. Hold
Yeah,
on. Where is it?
like they like Marizu or something like that. I don't know.
Yes.
It's like a weird pronunciation. I don't know if she's gonna be enough to bring people back. I know Armor King is gonna bring a lot of people back to play the game just because it's him. But I just there's so many Tekken characters I know people have been requesting for a long time, pretty much since the game
Yeah.
came out. And
I've been waiting for Miguel. Like he's never been really that popular, I don't think, but I really want that character back because he doesn't have like a martial art. But like now, it doesn't even matter. Like they put Clive in the game. Who gives a shit anymore? Like like no, seriously. Like what are they gonna give him? Are they gonna give him some brass knuckles? Are they gonna give him a fucking Spanish guitar to throw at you? Like I don't. What does he do? Like
I guess his style is supposed to be street fighting
It is,
style.
but like, what is he gonna? Is he gonna? Is he gonna get a fucking knife or something? Like, is he gonna shiv you? Like, what is he gonna do?
I don't know.
It's weird.
They might give him a gun like Victor.
No, they won't. They won't do that. I don't think so. I'm waiting for that character. Armor King, I'm happy for people that like him. I do like Armor King too, but I don't know. That giant swing into the wall break was kind of bullshit. I don't know why they did that. They better change that because nobody asked for that. You know what I'm talking about, right?
hmm
No, not giant swing. Sorry. I think it was his shining wizard. Like it freaking wall splats.
Yeah, 'cause I think I seen that in the trailer when he does it.
Dude, like what the fuck? Like everybody saw that. They didn't miss it. They were like, "What is this bullshit?" And then I think what's this guy's name? Oh god, Nakatsu. I think that's his name. The battle director, he said that Armor King has no installs. Every single DLC character has had an install so far. So maybe there's gonna be another I don't know. I really don't know. They could lie. They lie all the time.
Mhm. I like to say Falcon Rum's install is not really that bad. It's
It's not. It's not.
I kind of like Falcon Rum because he has clearly defined weaknesses. Like he's not this super overpowered character.
It's because they turned in their project on time. That's what I think. Like, come on. He plays he's he's not completely busted. Like everybody really thought he was going to be because Biamco has this thing where every DLC character, let's make them super strong so when people buy them, they can play them and feel amazing. So I don't know. Like I don't know what their creative choice is. I don't know what their vision is, but it's not it's weird. It's
Like
too much.
I think their vision was they don't want this game to play anything like Tekken 7. Like they
Yo,
from their perspective they
they're
looked at
really traumatized. They're traumatized from Infinite Azure with Zafina for some reason.
they said they feel more like they seem to be traumatized. I guess they said it. They looked at the tournament scene and what they were seeing were there was a lot of people being super defensive and then just trying to backdash out of everything. So now they wanted it to be more like if I can kind of lock you down and keep you from moving as much. Like you shouldn't be able if I get a hit or I get something plus on block, you shouldn't be able to just backdash your way out of it.
Yeah,
which
yeah,
is which kind of like they kind of need to find a balance. Like it's fine to have a decent backdash, but because that seems to be the thing I've seen in Tekken, like it rewards players who interact, who
yep,
are not really defensive, who are kind of just I hate to say it, button mashy at times.
yeah. And armored moves. Like there's certain moves. I don't know if they probably tweaked some, but there's just some moves. Heat engager, armored moves, heat engager mids. Um, some I heard that some down forward twos are safe. Some like there's just a lot of fucking shit. I don't keep up with it. I see it on my timeline because I have like I've had made like little like I did some labbing stuff, but other than that,
Yeah.
I don't know. This game turns people crazy. I don't know. Like that shit just goes through everything.
I'm gonna
Like I
say,
don't know. Like
I'll go ahead.
no, like I just think this game. I think this game is dead ass as like a social experiment. I'm not gonna lie to you because never in a million years have I seen this game affect a player base so much, and it's affected me too. Like I like the game. I want it to succeed, but like they tried the boycott and all that shit. And I even participated in that personally because I was so sick and over with everything. Then you had content creators literally just, you know, um, figures in the community. Like I know Frame Whisper, he was like going back and forth with keeping Tekken relevant on his channel, and he was forcing himself to play it. And he was experiencing this like even beforehand. Season 1 is when everybody started kind of feeling that shit, and then season 2 just kind of made it worse. Like it just like worsened everything that you can imagine. Cuz like everybody says, you know, you're telling the majority are telling Harada, um Nakatsu, Michael Murray, they're telling these guys, "Hey, like we need you guys to go this way." And then they go the fucking other direction.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I know Harada is kind of like in that position where now he's trying to like make his ex. I know he said Tekken 9 was gonna be his swan song. Like he was leaving after
yeah.
that, and Nakatsu was gonna be taking over.
Oh, hell no. Yeah, we're cooked.
Yeah, because Michael Murray said the same thing. Like when Harada leaves, he's leaving. So it's that I think Nakatsu is supposed to be taking over as the director of Tekken,
My god.
which
GG's.
I could definitely tell that because if me personally, I would make it to where you start the round with heat. Once you pop it, you have to earn it back through like hits and stuff like Street Fighter Double. You gain a super meter.
Huh.
Like I think that would be a little bit more. I think people would be a little more accepting of heat if it was like that. Where once you pop it and you burn it, okay, you don't get it every round. You have to kind of earn it back. I think that would
I
fix a
think
lot of it.
I think heat shouldn't be per round. I think it should just be yeah, I think you should work for it. But it shouldn't be per round. I think it could be actually no, that wouldn't really work because of rage. We still have rage mode in this game, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, we do. So because a lot of the times it's just having the heat in every round that overly saturates the shit. So yeah, they can start with the bar empty and then they build it up.
Yeah,
But I think after they use the bar, like when they activate it, like that's it. I think you should have it like kind of similar to what was it? MK what was it? Was it MK11's correct me if I'm wrong, their crushing blow? Wasn't that like once per match
oh no, you can get
or
that pretty
some
much.
shit?
Oh no, you can get that pretty much throughout the course of the match. You had to meet certain conditions in order to get a crushing blow.
Okay.
But
Okay.
some people crushing blows were easier to do than others. So that's what kind of people didn't like
Yeah.
about it. But I do agree. I like that suggestion of like I would still have it at the beginning. You could have it in round one, but once you pop, it's like a one time use thing. So if you want to pop it in the first round, that means you won't have it for the other two. So
Yeah,
you kind of
I guess that's fair.
and make it like strategic. Like you just say like if you just want to go crazy in the first round and you just want to burn all your resources, you can do it, but you won't have them there in the second and third rounds.
Pretty sure with Street Fighter, right? Like the drive gauge, doesn't the drive gauge start off full, right? It's the
Hmm.
super bar that starts off empty.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, okay. Um, yeah, trying to think. Yeah, no, we kind of talked about fighting games because they're kind of controversial right now with all the type of like feedback that it's received. I'm trying to think. I've noticed that another thing that I've noticed with the community, um, and I'm only going by the experiences that I've had at least through social media. Offline, there wasn't really much issues. There's like weird people here and there. I went to a local and there was these like this was like years ago, and I went with like a group. I competed for Caliber there. I did Tekken 7 for fun. And I think the only weird experience I had there was like these two guys were just like kind of like looking at me and waving. But it was the weirdest shit. I don't know. I think they probably were, I don't know if they were fucking on some shit. I don't know. But I don't know. That's how some of them can act. At Evo, everything was fine. Nothing was really too crazy. It was just so many people. Um, I noticed that when I was going in 2019 and pretty much like focusing on the game and receiving all the support. And then also like when you're like a female player, it's like, oh my God, it's a female player. So you kind of get a little bit more of an attention drawn to you.
Yeah, it's like you're like a unicorn.
A little bit, yeah. Yeah, just a wee bit. So I think that aside from the state of fighting games, like the community, like so like interaction wise, I'm a firm believer that like offline when you go to events, like it's a whole completely different environment and it's usually chill unless God forbid there's something that happens, you know?
Hmm.
Like sometimes there's like fights, sometimes there's he said, she said, whatever. But I've noticed that a lot of stuff that will be like said on social media, like on Twitter, it affects a lot. It affects people's like opportunities,
Yeah.
and it can also affect like socially. I think I'm a firm believer in like free speech and freedom of expression and people choosing uh, who to be friends with and who to follow and stuff. Um, my gripe about it is only when people pretend to like you, but then when they find out how you are or like what your own like things like it could be, unfortunately now it's not even based on like your skill as a player, it's just based on how you are like socially, politically, socio-political, like all that shit, which makes no sense. And I also think that because of the pandemic, that really enforced people to look into social media as a way to kind of get everything out because we were all forced to stay inside. So then everybody was like, we'll do online tournaments. I've participated in like a couple, and they do what they need to do. But like everything is like judged through like what you do like on your personal account on social media, which is really dumb. So I've noticed that things have gotten more like politically correct. Um, a
Mm,
lot of people spread misinformation, a lot of accusations, a lot of even when there's accusations that were proven false, like people's reputations were just like fucked up forever.
yeah.
Everybody, everybody knows like in Tekken, can name a few. I know there's like a good amount. Um,
Yeah, I think
and
the last one I remember is the shin blade situation.
yeah, the Shinblade situation, like objectively, has been like pretty much what do we call it? Debunked. That's what the woke people said before woke got popular. Um, but yeah, shit like that is really dangerous. So stuff like that, uh, where you are, like even I'm a firm believer of not bringing politics into space.
Yeah, same
I
here.
also am part of it. Yeah, I'm also part of a space, like I'm a part of a music scene where a lot of people have turned it political. So when I've seen it happen in the gaming, which got kind of worse over time since 2019, I noticed like a huge shift. So like it happened to me. Like it happened to me, like I remember I had a lot of support, especially from like other like women in the community. And then when they find out when they find out like what your opinion is or like how you think about a certain topic or if you
Yeah,
I don't know.
they kind of just
It's
they kind of turn on you.
yeah,
We
it's like
thought
a
we thought you thought in
yeah.
the same way we did.
Yeah, you become kind of like a social pariah a little bit. Um And I'm not gonna lie, like, yeah, there is toxicity in like any freaking scene. And like in a competitive scene, you're gonna get a lot of that because the whole point is to be like, hey, are you good? Let's run a set. And now people kind of put it on, oh, is this person a good person or not? Like, don't get me wrong, like, with the Smash community and, all the shit that's happened when it comes to like minor safety and shit, that's super important. Like don't get like I don't have an issue of that being talked about and that being brought to light. but it's like you'll have actual problems and then you'll have trivial shit or you'll have like things that don't really matter because it's just he said she said.
Yeah, I think especially
Yeah.
with the Smash community, especially with the latest thing was the Supernova stuff that was going on,
Yeah.
and I'm kind of like, oh, okay, like I'm not sure if that person was part. I'm assuming they're part of the staff because they had a camera and stuff in their hands. So I'm assuming they were part of the staff. But I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, dude, that if the TO
Yeah.
or somebody who's running that event didn't pull you to the side and say, hey, you need to go and change. We got kids here. There's something going. There's something wrong with that tournament. Because if I was running that tournament and they walked in there like that, I would tell them, nah, you got to go back and change, or you're just not going to be here today.
Oh,
There,
oh, I get it. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's unacceptable. And listen, like I saw the like let's be for real, everybody saw the outfit. I totally like love that type of style. Trust me. Like I have that shit in my closet. But when you go somewhere that you know there's like minors, like your first instinct shouldn't be, well, I want to do this because I feel good. But it's like, bro, you're in a space. Like you're like one thing if you're playing a game and there's like no minors at this tournament, but still like you're playing Smash. You're playing a person who can pick a fucking Pokemon to play or a fucking how I don't know how many characters they got in that freaking game. That's another reason why it's popular.
yeah,
So that stuff is unacceptable. I don't even know why that has to be a like it has to be even a discussion.
yeah,
Trust me, like I get it.
yeah, because I agree with you. Like, if it's 18 plus, cool, let it rock, whatever.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
but when it's like you got minors and teenage, okay, you kind of have to know there's a certain time and a place for to wear certain things, and that really wasn't the time or place to be wearing that outfit.
Yeah. And even if it like like and then people like even if it was any other person wearing it, it's the same shit. I do understand when it comes to cosplay for certain things. However, if we're like I've been to it wasn't a major, it was a local in Connecticut a long time ago. Caliber was in there. I think Tekken was in there as well, and Smash was in there. I had to go in and like register or like check in, and I see all these freaking kids like playing Smash on the setups, and I'm just like, bro, how many kids are here? Like, and that was back in shit, what year was that? Fuck. Um, that was like a few years ago. Several years ago ish. Few to several. So I'm over here like this wasn't even that big of a tournament, but that's a lot. And I've seen I saw some adults in there, but it was probably 80% kids. Actual like 12, 11, 10, 13, 14-year olds.
Mm.
Nothing weird happened there, which is good. Like I didn't hear about anything bad happening. Everybody was safe, which is good. But if that's how many freaking that percentage are in that player, like is in that demographic for Smash, like what makes you think you can go out there looking like that? Like and like I am no conservative with dressing either. Like I love dressing up, but come on. That doesn't look good. And Nintendo is not going to want to sponsor when they keep seeing this shit.
Yeah, because
Assuming that yeah.
I think Nintendo, I think they did pull their license for Supernova. I think I heard somewhere
Oh
that
yeah,
they
shit.
did pull it because of that, everything that they had saw
Yeah.
and how big it had blown up online.
Yeah, see when it blows up online and that's the thing. I think when certain things happen, they have to act quick. So I do see it on their end. They're like, okay, like how does this make us look? We're putting money here. I mean, we're sponsoring this. So we're gonna or like our license is being used. If this is happening, we don't want it being used there.
Yeah, and
And then
you
it fucks up relationships. Like sorry, corporate I fucking hate corporate, but corporate relationships or whatever the fuck.
yeah, and you when we already know how strict Nintendo is about everything.
Yo, Nintendo's a fucking hard ass. Like,
yeah,
But yeah,
they are super controlling of their IPs, and I think
they
that's it.
are,
And I,
but I respect it though. I'm sorry, I respect it though. Like if I made one of the most famous IPs, I'd be stingy about it a little bit. No, I'm
yeah,
joking. I'm joking.
even though I get it, people don't want they like the corporations to come in, but I'm like, how else are you planning to get more money? Like
My
it's
view on that is like my view on that is it's what you want out of it. I mean, I personally would prefer the FGC to stay grassroots, but clearly that hasn't been helping much because of, um, circumstances that happen around the world, economy, all that, and I totally understand that. But then also like getting sponsored by corporate money, like esports and all that. I don't know. I understand for the sponsored players how it would benefit them and everything, but you're also forced to be kind of like, hey, I make content. I'm a content creator for this game. I have to speak good about this game, even though it's ass. So that's kind of like where Tekken's at right now. And it's funny because the last time Harada and Michael Murray went on stage, oh my god, they looked so yo, they were not happy. Let's just say that. I think
yeah.
it was during the trailer reveal that they did for what was it,
Uh,
Miyarizu and Armor King or whatever.
they were looking kind of rough at when they did the Falcon Run trailer
It was the
release.
Falcon trailer. It was the Falcon trailer. They looked so depressed. I was like, see, that's how you make us feel when we play your fucking game. Like for real. Like shame, like looking down in shame. But yeah, um yeah.
I think season two has been a humbling experience for them.
Yeah, probably most likely. Most likely.
Cause I remember that when they came out there, that's like a Japanese developers coming out on stage and apologizing, and like they just like they said their apologies. Here's the trailer, and they just kind of just stopped talking. And
It's like you bring in the project on time, but you're late, and they're like, yeah, they're ashamed. It's so funny.
yeah, but Armor King in this next patch, I think is pretty much where a lot of people are gonna make their final decisions on Tekken 8. But then on the other
Yeah,
hand, you got Virtual Fighter 6 coming out next year. I believe it's next year. So that's definitely going to start giving Tekken a run for its money, and maybe it might,
looks beautiful so far.
yeah. I was like, maybe it might revitalize the 3D fighting games.
That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping, but if it doesn't happen, if it happens way after I'm 30, then I'm okay with it, I guess. Like I d- I picked kind of like the wrong time to actually get really invested in Caliber because now there's like a huge fucking like hibernation period. But I don't know. They don't care about the IP. I think they don't. I don't think Bamco has the IP anymore, or they sold it or something. There was something about the Soul Calibur IP and DOA IP.
Yeah,
Like
cause,
people are leaving too.
yeah, 'cause that's what I'm. They've been talking rumors about a Dead or Alive 7 or a Dead or Alive reboot for like years. But I said, well, maybe it's a movement happening on it because we get Ninja Gaiden 4. So maybe they're going to use that to springboard another Dead or Alive game coming out.
Yeah.
Soul Calibur, I didn't, like I said, I just don't know what's going on with that because I thought Namco Bandai still had the rights to it. But maybe they did sell it to somebody else, but that might be a good thing.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's what I've had these conversations with in the other Caliber Discords about where it can go from there. I hope that they see the community, especially like that they notice a little bit of it with the community having such love for it because of versus fighting. Um I love how I love how they do everything. They'll have like a little bit of art, promotional art, and they'll try their best to like stream everything and all that shit. I just want a new Soul Calibur because I know if that game comes out, it's gonna make people interested, assuming that they're gonna. I don't know. I want there to be a caliber with no like. I don't want RE or Soul Charge. I don't lethal hits. I'm not really. I don't really like them. Some characters have useless lethal hits, but some of them have like really good ones. Um, it depends on the character that you're playing. Reversal Edge, some characters can cancel it. Talum, Raphael, Ivy. Ivy can only do like one move from it. Um, Raphael is probably the safest. Talum to a degree, you get more of like a mix up. Um, but that's my gripe. So I can also understand why people don't like it, but there's ways to counterplay it. Is like I think with Soul Calibur 6, even though it's a modernized Calibur game, like you can still find ways to work around it. Like, and I mean, like it's very simple. The movement's really easy. The only thing that you have to do is a guard button. That's like the one thing that people get thrown off by. I've heard that they're not used to the guard button.
Oh yeah, because it took me a minute to kind of get used to it in MK when I was
Yep.
playing Mortal Kombat
Yep.
1, because I'm so used to holding like just holding back or down back for a block.
Yep.
But I before I let you go though, because I know it's getting
Yeah.
late, I just have one more question. Is
Yeah,
my
yeah, yeah. If you have any other questions, because I got like 10 more minutes. So
like is my girl Taki good?
in six,
Mm-hmm.
um, I think so. The players that have played her recently in tournaments, I know Art Graves is a really good Talkie player. I know there was also Omega. The heck, what's his name? What's his name? I think it's Omega XCN. I think he was a really good Talkie. She's okay, I'm not gonna say that she's like top 5 or anything or top 10, but she has some disgusting shit to keep you from moving around. It takes a little bit of I would recommend watching their gameplay to get an idea. It's hard for me to describe it from the top of my head, but I don't think Taki's terrible by no means. She's pretty solid. She has, she still has the A6. Um she has the possession setups, the ring out,
Mm-hmm.
the if you get level 3 GI, 3B, and then command throw in the air, and then you can ring them out. That's a cute little mind game that she has. That's pretty good. Um, what else? I think her and Soul Charge, there's obviously more to think about when you're dealing with her because she has like a long projectile. It's like when if you ever have time, like on your own time, if you ever get on Soul Calibur 6 in some way, if you look at some of these Soul Charge moves, like Soul Charge is literally like Heat in Tekken is practically Soul Charge, except that you have to gain it in Soul Calibur, like genuinely. And then near the end of the round, because you have meter, you have 2 bars. So the only time that the game kind of gives you like the comeback mechanic is obviously guts. I don't know if you've ever heard of guts. It's like we call it guts. So when your health gets to like, God, what's that percentage? Oh my God. You know Street Fighter 6 when your health is like at that yellow, it's like CA level.
Okay, you get like extra damage and stuff.
Yes. So when you do certain supers or like end with supers, um when people do certain conversions or attacks, it like scales lower and lower. I will say that's like a little bit of a comeback mechanic. And then if you're 2 rounds down, because it's a first to 3, not first to 2 when it comes to caliber, you're able to actually you get a free bar. Like
Okay.
that's probably the only soul charge is a get off me tool.
Okay, I
So
get.
it resets just like heat does. Sorry, similar to how heat does. So you
Okay.
can kind of see where Tekken got a lot of their shit from. and then the Tekken players are like, "Oh my god, this is so new," and Caliber players are like, "Bro, this isn't new. What are you talking about?" Like we're just sitting here like, wow. You can even look at Yoshimitsu in Tekken 8, the way he plays. Go and if you look at Soul Calibur 6, there's I think there's a video on Twitter. Somebody compared the two Yoshimitsus. Everything is like almost the same.
Yeah, because I definitely know I know it's some developers from Soul Calibur came over to Tekken, some from Dead or Alive came over there, and I think the rest of it is just new people that's coming into Tekken as the developers. So I think they're probably pulling from a lot of those games they used to work on.
Yep.
And I don't know, you might be right. It might be a social experiment to see whether or not this game can make it with these new mechanics.
I don't
Just
know. This game literally broke so many people on Twitter. Like it broke people raging. I be seeing them streams. Some people be really crashing out. It's the funniest shit ever. Like I'm talking like I've never seen so many like I'm not saying they're like low tier god, but like you know how low tier god like crashes out, but it's funny as hell
mhm.
because it's kind of similar. But like these guys crashing out on Tekken 8, which are usually the streamers, they're crashing out for a good reason. It's it's ridiculous. The only thing about Caliber also that's not good is there's no rollback. It's all delay based netcode.
Uh,
That's the part. See, I'm telling you, if they update this game with rollback, I would not be on Tekken anymore. Nope. Nope.
mm,
So
I don't know. Tekken, they've been
we
talking
need that
about,
rollback.
yeah. I'm not even. Tekken 8's netcode is it's okay, but
The
I
cross platform is okay as well. It's okay.
but I didn't even
I
know it
think
had.
Street Fighters is better.
Oh yeah, Street Fighter is way better.
Oh yeah, but the input okay, but let's talk about the input reader in Street Fighter 6. Nah, that's the thing that also be tilting me. I don't know about you, but Street Fighter's input reader, there's something up with that. Another issue is Drive Rush can freeze your
Yeah, eat your input.
opponents like mm-hmm. Like what is that?
And that's something they've been trying to fix that since the beginning of the game because people have been complaining about that, and I don't know if they're ever gonna address it to where because it still happens, and there's still some times like you said with the inputs, like you could do a certain like you could dash up and then press a button and nothing happens. You're just standing there,
Yep.
or you'll do a certain move and then you'll press the button and you just be standing there, and then all of a sudden you're getting comboed and killed. And
Oh yeah.
I'm like, this is getting frustrating, dude, because I know I pressed the button right here. And I can go back and watch the replay and I see where I pressed the button and nothing.
Exactly. Exactly. I be telling my friend, I'll fucking yo, when you drop something that's the worst too. And then I'm like, I literally inputted that. Like you go back. I told my friend, I was like, go back to the fucking replay and go look at what I did. Cause this is bullshit. Oh man.
Yeah, that's
Any
something
other
that,
questions?
I know. I think that was pretty much it. Just
Okay,
about to say,
okay.
just let everybody know where they can find you at.
I mean, I'm not doing a lot of stuff these days because there's no new caliber. I pretty much did everything I could with Ivy, honestly. But same name. Discord is Amy Lionheart. Twitter is the same thing. Uh, the @ is at a red hot Lionheart. Uh, follow if you want to. If you don't want to, that's cool. If you have me blocked, that's also cool. All power to you. Um, but yeah, like discussions are important. So if you want to also like ever want to talk about anything more in depth, like I'm all ears for that too.
Okay.
Because social media, like especially like Twitter, you can't really say everything you want to say. And
Yeah.
what I mean by that is like, unless you're gonna pay for it, you can't really write everything that you want to.
Yeah, you're definitely right about that. I definitely appreciate you giving us your time and giving us your opinion on very variable topics.
Yeah. Yeah, no, if you ever need like um if you want me on any time again, I can come better prepared. Um I'm not really afraid to talk about important things.
I got
But
you.
yeah, no. Hopefully fighting games get better. Like they're gonna get better when I'm like 32. I already know. We gotta keep up with the youngins.
I've kind of got to that point. I'm like the elder statesman right now. Am I seeing?
Do they call you a dinosaur? Because they call me a dinosaur for no reason.
I know they don't call. I just pretty much put myself in that elder statesman position. I'm like, okay, you young guys, y'all want to play for like 8, 12 hours and just grind. I'm like, I don't
Yeah,
have the time to do that. I'll play with y'all for maybe
exactly.
like an hour or two, but then I got to go do some other stuff.
Mm, That's how it be.
Yeah. Well, definitely thank you for your time, and I definitely hope you
Of
have a very
course.
good
Thank you.
night.
You too. Take it easy. Nice
You too.
talking to you.
Thank you. Nice talking to you as well.
Of course. Bye bye.